Hello everyone, my name is Luis Prieto and I'm going to briefly demonstrate how to use Prolearning. So Prolearning is a simple web application designed to help teachers improve upon their teaching practice by asking students some simple questions about their learning experience and doing some small reflections in an everyday manner. However, it is also useful for gathering simple data for educational research projects in a very short time. So how do I gather this data? In order to do that, only the teacher needs to have an account in this Prolearning platform. And I'm not going to go into detail about that here, but it's quite easy from this sign up link over here. In any case, how do I gather this feedback from my students? So let's imagine I'm at the end of a lesson. I'm the teacher, and I have maybe only 1 or 2 minutes left. So I want to see how was my students' learning experience according to a series of aspects that I want to improve. For example, the fact that I want to promote more collaborative learning in the classroom, or the fact that I want to improve my presentation skills, or how do I deliver the lesson, or whatever other aspects I define are important for my teaching. So what I do is I create a new session to gather data, and I give it a very meaningful name, like demo session for YouTube. And you can see here that there's already here 4 questions, which are the questions I have defined as important for my teaching. Things like having students participate and have the chance to ask their questions and so on. So I create this session, and if I then click on it, because it appears here on the left, I can see that 0 students have given me feedback so far, but the application is already asking me to provide my prediction on what the students will answer. So what I think they will think about their participation on average, how many of them will think that they have been able to ask their questions, and so on. So this is designed to help me reflect a little bit for 1 minute, like how I think I did on these areas that I want to improve. So maybe I thought participation was good, but the speed not so much, and maybe they understood quite well, and that they think they would do quite well in a quiz. So these are my predictions of what will happen. And I put them, and then I have to just wait until my students respond. So what I do is I ask my students to go to prolearning.rialto.ch, and these are, for example, 3 of my students, and they don't need a user or anything, so they just click on this I am a student button, and then they see all the open sessions that are there. I just click on the demo session for YouTube, and I provide my answers as a student. So maybe, did I participate and ask my questions? Maybe yes, but I think you were not speaking too fast. And then I think I would understood quite well, and I would do quite well in the quiz. And I provide my answer, and that's it. For the student, then the other students do the same thing, maybe different answers, different levels of understandability, and so on. And the other student too. Okay. So once all the students have responded, you can see here that the teacher can already see that the 3 students have responded. And when I think that all my students have responded, I just close the session. And what I see here is, okay, what did the students think about these aspects? This is the blue bars here. But also it shows me what was my prediction before asking them. So it was kind of matching, but you can see that there's some differences. So then there's some space here where I can say, like, what did the graph tell me? What's my interpretation of this data for this session, or what other things happen in this session that made maybe the data be this way, or made me anything that I really want to remember about this session. So maybe I was too distracted because I am recording a YouTube video, or whatever you think it's important for you to remember later on. So that's it. You have just gathered some data about your learning experience of your students, and you can also see that the Prolearning platform has some kind of dashboard that can help me track over time how well I'm doing with my students and with these aspects that I want to improve, both what the students were saying over time, but also my predictions over time, and seeing whether I'm getting better at predicting what I'm going to do or not, and so on. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration, and I really hope you will find this tool useful either for your professional development as a teacher or as a simple tool to gather data in your educational projects. Thanks a lot, and goodbye.